Creativity is an addiction. You can't live without it. You crave it, man. It's like you're trying to feed yourself that creative energy every single day, mainly because it's your career. It's your job. It's that place you go to when you go to the man cave or the she hut. That's the thing about it. You've got to have your creativity, and it's always got to be there, and then you're going to judge it, and it's going to get hurt, and it's going to go away, and it's like, come on. Unplugged, because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally uncut, because, you know, we all make mistakes, so turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. Oh, this one's going to hurt. Have you ever gone into a room that you're in every single day, and you sit down in a chair, on a stool, that's with you every day, but on this particular day, the stool or the chair wasn't necessarily in the same exact place that it is every day. And I guess subconsciously, you go to sit down, and because it wasn't in that same exact place, you fall flat on the floor. You been there? I just experienced it. Right here in the studio, because my chair had been moved, this stool. I have a stand-up board. That means I'm physically standing up when I bring the messages and things like that forward. I stand up because I believe that your lungs and everything need to be full, and there needs to be nothing in the way. But when I produce, I will have this stool, a pretty tall stool, where I sit down and I will do the production, the editing, and things like that. And so I came in this morning, and with my cup of coffee, my books, my handwriting, everything like that, I lay everything down, and I just wanted to just kind of tap into the internet. And so I went to sit down, and there was no chair. You know, what's really wrong with this situation is that I don't have any cameras inside this room, because I'll bet you if I went back and watched it, it'd be pretty funny. I mean, it's like, oh my God, my butt's not going to hit the chair. Oh no. Oh, we get used to the things in our everyday world, and when they're not there, we fall. There's a lesson to be taught there. Hey, it's Arroe. This is The Choice. This is what I was writing while the sun was waking up on a brilliant new day. Today we are reading from May 26th, 2022, The Unraveling of Family. Is that another subject you can relate with? First, the chair that's not there, and now the unraveling of family, members of your family that are no longer there. When the final parent passes, there seems to be a shift in family leadership. Making the journey rough is when the children are physically from different makers. You know, yours, mine, and ours. Two different families that came together. My father from the second family made sure that each one of his 8 children were united and treated equally. Since his passing, that doesn't seem to be holding. Invisible lines are keeping my father's ambition at a distance. I mean, I've seen this in other families as well. They're going through the same exact experiences. Instead of coming together, it seems more like people are pushing themselves apart. And I think one of the reasons why is that as adults, we are set in our own way. We don't have to do what you do in your home, because in our home, we do it a different way. So we're not going to go in your direction. And I'm sorry, but it's probably going to upset you. But this is the kind of stuff that happens when your parents pass. When the transition of power materializes, the children change, and you learn very quickly how your personal adult voice isn't always easily embraced. I tried to Google this. There's a lot of stories out there about families trying to come back together, but they really didn't answer the question as to why it happens. Why is it that we are like continents breaking apart with these little miniature earthquakes? And even though we're having a conversation, what you're feeling and what you're hearing and what you're picking up are different. And it's like, wow, you didn't talk like that to me when we all were under the same roof. Now it's like, I get it, because we are all set in our own different ways. If they were to come to my house or my home and bring their rules with them, that wouldn't work too well, because there are different things that we do inside this home than we did in my father's home. And so that's one of the things that really, you know, it kind of pushes people further apart. But how do you get back together? Whatever you do, please don't text message each other. Because this is a thing, and I'm not going to accuse my sister of doing anything wrong. I'm just going to say it's not fair in the way that we're not even texting anymore. We're just talking into the phone, and whatever you're feeling in that moment, it's just typing away. But it's not jumping into the emotions that you would be sharing like we're doing right now. You hear my inflection. You might understand the pacing of why I am doing what it is that I'm doing. But in a text message, it doesn't come across this way. Therefore, it's interpreted a different way. And that's where the battles begin. The unraveling of family. I think our mission these days is to figure out who and what is family during these modern times. I love my neighborhood. I believe we are a family. We just come from 9 different fathers and mothers. As for my own family, don't text message. Have physical conversations. Let's work together on our Father's ambition so that we can carry it to the children that we're giving birth to, and the grandchildren, and their grandchildren. I'm Arroe, and that's what I was writing while the sun was waking up on a brilliant new day.